Bonjour, mon petit gifle, Amber here, and it's time for another monthly favorites video. I do that dramatic breath every single month, but January is already over, so there's that. I have quite the list this month, so let's just get cracking. The first two items are beauty related. First three items are beauty and makeup related. The first of which I've had for ages and I've been meaning to put in a favorites video for months, and it's the Baby Lips Dr. Rescue Tinted Lip Balm. But the Dr. Rescue, it's a medicated tinted lip balm. I think this is called Soothing Sorbet, which is convenient when you don't really want to do too much to your lips, but they need help, I'll say. And it's also come in handy this winter, which has left my skin in a state. The next thing is quite new, and it's also a lip product. It is by Revlon. It's the Ultra HD Matte Lip Color in HD Devotion, and it's just a pinky nude matte, and I've just been loving it. It's not too much to say about it. Liquid lipstick that dries matte, and I'm all about those recently. And the last thing isn't a specific product, it's bold eyeshadow. So I've been on this campaign for the past almost 2 weeks now to get Maddie from the 1975 to let me do his makeup, because that's his thing now. And I sent him pictures of like different eyeshadow looks, because I saw this one picture and he looked like a raccoon. It was unfortunate. But I've been trying to incorporate more colors into, like bright colors into the eyeshadow looks, because usually I'll just wear like a more neutral look. But inspired by the Love Me music video and the bright eyeshadow in that and what he's been wearing, I've been trying to practice bolder eyeshadow choices, hence this. I don't know how bold this is right now, but because it's been a long day. But yeah, so next are clothing / accessories. The first of which was a Christmas gift, and I've been obsessed with and using absolutely every day and absolutely in love with. And it's my Betsy bag. Oh, it's big. Okay, hold on. It's my Betsy Johnson bag, and I just love this. This was a gift from my uncle for Christmas. And this is the greatest thing ever. It's big, which is great. It's good for traveling. Took this with me to New York for PF, and I just really love it. Not only I love I'm not holding it up because it's bulky, but the bright strip around it, but I also love that I can fit my book in it easily and it doesn't weigh down the bag, so that's convenient. And the next thing, I love it so much, is this sweatshirt, and it's a Paradise Fear sweatshirt. I'm going to hold it up, but I'll probably also insert a picture of me wearing it. And it says, "We don't really care who you are." It says, "We don't really care who you are," which is a lyric from the Sanctuary speech. If you watch my PF vlogs, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then look up Paradise Fears. And I just really love it because, well, it's a limited edition sweater. I think they sell it only for the holidays. And I like that it, like, because, get it, we don't really care who you are, it incorporates all the symbols from like different religions. It's a unity sweatshirt. I think that's actually what it's called, so I'm all about that. So next would kind of be everything else, and for once I've broken everything else into categories. So I'm gonna go backwards from the way I've written it. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but so first is a food favorite. I don't have it with me, so I'll insert a picture. But I've been really loving this Irish oatmeal. Let me be specific. It's the oatmeal, but it's also oatmeal with little chunks of apple cut up into it, because I'm really picky with my oatmeal. I can't just eat oatmeal because I'm one of those people that's bothered by different textures of things, and this is gonna get gross, but if I eat oatmeal on its own, it feels like vomit. So the apples, it feels like there's something that I'm actually chewing, and it also adds nice flavor to it. Just drizzle some agave nectar on top of it, and it's great. So next would be a YouTube favorite, and it's actually a video that I've been watching obsessively for the last month or so, and it's a specific performance. It's 1975's full performance from the K-Rock Almost Acoustic Christmas concert thing. I don't know why. I cannot go a day without watching the video. I think it's like a 20-minute, 30-minute set, and I don't know, I think it's Adam's splatter paint neon guitar. Maddie's voice is so great, and he's really bizarre, but you know, more than usual. And his voice during Robbers. Yes. So next, I have TV and movies, and first is a movie, and I don't know, I might have talked about this a while ago actually, but it was a TV movie, I think, on the Sci-Fi Network, and it's Neverland. And I watched this a while ago. I found it on YouTube, because if you know me, or if you've been around a while, I'm obsessed with anything that has to do with Peter Pan. There's no shame. And I also love Charlie Rowe, who plays Peter in this movie. It's basically like almost like a prequel to Peter Pan. It's like about Peter and Hook and how they got in the Lost Boys and how they got to Neverland and how the story came to be. But it's completely different than the J.M. Barrie Disney version of Peter Pan, which I think I also really like about it. The special effects are crap, but the movie and the acting and the story itself is really good, and I've been watching that a lot. So next, I have two TV favorites. The first of which is The Carrie Diaries. Now, I absolutely love Sex and the City. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to television. I love Sarah Jessica Parker. I love Anna Sophia Robb. I have since she played Samantha in the American Girl movie. Samantha is always my favorite American Girl doll, even though I never owned her, but whatever. So put those things together and I'm very, very happy. That being said, I'm not sure if I like the show because I'm biased about that fact. I'm biased because of those two facts that I just said, or if I just really like the show. I do like the show. The Carrie Diaries is a prequel to Sex and the City, if you didn't gather that from what I just said. It's like Carrie Bradshaw's high school years in Connecticut with her friends and Sebastian, her boyfriend, and her internship at Interview Magazine, and yeah, it's just that what led her to become Carrie Bradshaw of Sex and the City. That being said, I do like the show. I like that right there, what I just said. The story is great. I think Larissa, the character, is hilarious. And yeah. The next TV show favorite is The Bachelor. I've seen every single season of The Bachelor, and it's never been a favorite because I've never loved a Bachelor as much as I love Ben Higgins. He is so great. He's adorable, he's sweet and kind, and he's just so lovely, and his laugh is the cutest thing, and just, I could care less about those crazy girls in the house. I will put up with Olivia and her kinkles if I could continue watching Ben be one of the greatest people I've ever seen on reality television. Can I marry him, please? Please? Moving on, I'll do music next. The first is a song. God, this is a running thing, and it will be a running thing until February when that album comes out. And it's The Sound by the 1975. I think that's my favorite song that they've released thus far, of that they've played also live. I fell in love with it way before they released the studio version, when they had started playing it on the tour, the last tour. That song is so good. It's so catchy. It's so dancey. The music is everything. It's just, yes. I know when you're around because I know the sound. I know the sound of your heart. I love the 1975. Pre-order I Like It When You Sleep, for You Are So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It. That title is so unnecessary. And I'm just going to call it from now on I Like It When You Sleep. Sorry about it. The next is Death of a Bachelor, Panic at the Disco's new album. So good. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've actually ever talked about Panic at the Disco in a favorites video, but I love them. Well, it's Brendan now, but you know, whatever. I love Panic. And this album is so good. Golden Days, I think, is my favorite song off of the album. Yeah. And Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. That's been stuck in my head for like 3 days. But it's so good. Brendan has one of the most incredible vocal ranges I've ever heard in my life. And I don't get it. I don't understand how all of that's in one person, but yes. Next is Figure Me Out by the Somerset, who I love. And I'm so glad they're back. And Figure Me Out is possibly my new theme song. First of all, the first opening line is literally me in a nutshell. I'm a bit too pop for the punk kids, but I'm too punk for the pop kids. And it's just about like figuring out who you are and not forgetting what's important and where you came from, and not getting caught up in like celebrity and Hollywood and pop culture and all that jazz. And it's amazing, and I can't wait for, I can't remember the name of the full album right now, but I can't wait for it to come out. And the last is a lot of, it's really old stuff. It's the 1975's old stuff, back when they would Drive Like I Do, like Wolves and Lost Boys, all that, the original version of Sex, and the original, I think it's the original or the old version of Antichrist, and their Fall Out Boy cover. All of this stuff hopefully can still be found on YouTube. If not, because I heard they were like, their record label had been pulling like fan uploads of their old stuff off of YouTube, which sucks. But their old stuff is so good. I mean, their new stuff's good too, but you know what I mean. And just to hear how they've grown, progressed musically and Maddie vocally, it's like, you guys are talented little nuggets. Last but not least, our books. This month's been a month of loving some books. The first one is not like a read book. It's do one thing every day that scares you. It's a journal, and it's like 365 days. Every day has a little inspirational quote, and it's like where you're supposed to fill in something that you've done that forced you to get out of your shell and your comfort zone. I love the idea of this book. I've only filled in one, and it's actually really funny. Behold the turtle, he makes progress only when he sticks out his neck. And that's the quote, and I just think it's funny because that was the day I went to see Paradise Fears. And if you're not a Paradise Fears fan, you don't get that, but the fan base were called the Turtles. And the next thing, I'm going to go out of order with this. The next book that I've been loving, that I've loved in January, is the book I'm currently reading now. And I'm about halfway through it. It's Reawakened by Colleen Houck. And she wrote the Tiger's Curse series, which I absolutely loved. And it's actually on my shelf to reread. But this is the story about Lily, and she's a New Yorker, which I'm already on board for. She's like she's kind of like one of those Gossip Girl girls, which I've started watching, by the way. And basically lives on a leash led by her parents. She meets a resurrected Egyptian prince that has godlike powers, and they embark on a journey to Egypt to raise his brothers, and they have to defeat the god of darkness or something like that. And I'm really enjoying this, and I'm not going to talk too much because next month I'm probably going to review it when I finish reading it. But I really like it so far, and I like that it's not too similar to the Tiger's Curse books, which I was kind of thinking like, oh, it's going to be sort of like the same thing but set in Egypt. But it's different, and I love it, and I've always had a fascination with Egypt, so I'm digging this book. And the last book is a book that I love. And I'm not sure if I love it because I love the book, even though I do love the book so much, or it's because I'm in love with one of the main characters. It's The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I tried. This book is amazing, and I love it so much. I'm not going to talk to you too much because I'm about to film my books of the month, where I'm going to talk in depth about my love of this book and my love of Khalid, the Caliph of Khorasan. And It's a retelling of 1001 Nights. And rundown. Shahrazad, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try in my books of the month video to put more effort into pronouncing her name right. Volunteers, okay, hold on. Rewind. Every night, Khalid takes a new wife, and then by morning she is murdered. Shahrazad's best friend was one of those girls, and she volunteers to be his next wife to exact revenge. Doesn't quite happen that way, but I love him. I don't think I've loved a fictional character this much in a very, very long time. He's up there with Gus, and yeah. The book's very good. The story's very good. The writing's very good. The characters, I love the characters. Obviously, I just fangirled over a fictional character. I don't know why I said that like it's the first or last time that's ever going to happen. So definitely recommend that you read it. So those are my favorites of January. Let me know down there what you loved throughout the month and anything that you're loving so far, even though I'm not sure when this is going up, if it will actually be that far into the month that you will have had favorites yet. Just let me know what you were loving throughout January and anything that you think I should check out and would like. And I will see you soon. On my if you like me, give this a thumbs up. Wait, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like me, feel free to subscribe. All my places are down there so we can be buds. And I'll see you soon.